Now we can start the video with us laughing. That's always good. Back here on Riverside. So the last time we talked, we were at Vid Summit. And then I went to Chicago, and then you've been doing things as well, although you haven't really updated me on that, so maybe you could update me now. And yeah, let's just catch up, then we'll figure out the post situation afterwards.
Yeah. So why don't you start with what you're doing? I see what you're doing on Instagram. I've seen all these pictures. I've seen you buy all the sites in Chicago. You talk about yourself first.
So what's funny is that it wasn't really a touristy trip. I went to a Cobra Kai convention for another YouTuber because he had asked me a while back. The person that normally does his videography, if you will, wasn't able to do it, so he asked me to come out and do it for him. I wasn't paid, but he did pay for my ticket, or got me the ticket and took care of the hotel. And so we went out there, and basically I'm just recording him doing his content throughout the weekend. And I got to meet William Zabka and some other cool people at the convention. I got some autographs and all that jazz. And it was fun, And then on Monday, me and him were still hanging out. We went to go see the Bean. We went to downtown Chicago. And then I was hanging out with an old friend and staying with him for the next couple nights. And on the last day, which was last Tuesday, we managed to get a crap ton of stuff done. I mean, I went to Chinatown riding the lift bikes. We went to the Chicago Zoo. We went towards Buckingham Mountain at night. And then we even went downtown. We took a lot of photos. And a lot of that was actually kind of his idea even too. I was kind of not giving up at that point, but I was like, I don't have much time for this. And no, let's figure this out. They even got Chicago deep dish pizza. It was pretty interesting.
Now, who is this person? Tell me more about this.
It's a friend from Opus.
Okay, cool. So would you go back again? Have you already been out there before?
I have not, but it's one of the few destinations that Columbia Regional Airport will actually fly out of.
All right, that's a win then. That's a win.
Riverside is being weird today. Not only did it give you crap coming in and even messing with the resolution, but it's also saying 0% uploaded on both of our sides right now.
All right.
Well, hopefully it uploads at the end. Maybe there's a cloud recording, so even if there's not a full recording, we can at least do it that way.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
So,
okay.
Yeah, other than that, that was what I focused on. I probably would go back, especially since it is one of the destinations an airport can go to relatively cheaply. Most people would take a train or bus, but that takes 15 hours, and it's about the same cost as a plane ticket.
So how long did it take?
An hour and a half to fly?
Yeah.
Although I had a weird experience at the airport. The airport only has 4 gates. It's tiny, right? And everyone always says get to the airport a couple hours early. Well, in a small airport like this, that's actually kind of bad advice. So I get there early. I go through TSA. They didn't stop me. They didn't check my boarding pass. They just checked my ID and went through. They actually stopped me for my recording equipment of all things. But okay, fine. And then I get to the gate. I'm waiting there. About an hour goes by. One of the TSA people were like, hey, we actually got to kick you out because we're closing down the gates. We don't have any flights going out, so we're closing down the gates. And so they sent me back to the lobby area. I had to wait out there for another hour before I had to go through TSA again, and then I could fly out. But, yeah. Although, one of the people there who was stocking the fridge had an extra Celsius, so he gave it to me. And then the person he was helping, who was in a wheelchair, both of them were like, yeah, we can't take these Celsiuses through TSA, so can you drink them? And so I literally had a Celsius that morning, a 300 milligram one, and then two 200 milligram ones at the airport. So by the time I got on the plane, I had 700 milligrams running through me.
Is that safe in one day?
No, probably not. But my pee was green. It's okay.
Too much information. But thank you.
I knew that would send you over the edge. Okay, so what's new with you?
Let's see. What have I been doing? When was the last time we talked? How long has this been?
Vid Summit.
Wow. Okay, how many weeks is it? I honestly don't. This is the first week of November. That was 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago?
2.5
One of those things.
That's crazy.
Okay, so what has happened?
Where have you been? You had to go get some milk and you never came back.
I saw your message. I just didn't even respond back. I just saw that. I just put my phone away.
We're basically the same age anyway, so that's the funny part.
That's true. It's so ridiculous. So this is what's been going on. Okay, I've been focusing. See, you just throw me out. I've been focusing on what we're going to do this last quarter. And so I'm working with a company called VidCell. And years ago, they came out with marketplan.io and they had Brand Bay. And they're kind of doing a new, I would say, it's a competitor to Fourth Wall, actually.
Mm.
And it's interesting. And so they reached out to me because I used to do a lot with them with Market Plan. And I've been planning out what community platform I'm using, all of these things. And I've been really fascinated with using this. So we can talk about that more in depth, but I have done a sprint on that and I'm working on launching my new community with that. I've been doing a lot of client work and stuff like that.
Mm.
So for Mighty, I'm a Mighty expert for Mighty Network. So been doing that, getting ready for the trends reports. I have 3 trends reports dropping at the end of December.
Oh yeah, those
And
trend reports are really good too.
yeah, and we have not talked about this, but I mean, I guess I can announce it now, but I'm going to be one of the coaches for Justin Moore for Creator Wizard.
Mm.
So that's going to be announced this month. But yeah, I've been a fan of his work, and that's how I got all my sponsors this year from him. And he asked me if I would like to be a coach. And so, yeah, that's what I'm doing. So,
You hear to hear first, folks.
yeah, I mean, I haven't announced it anywhere. So it's actually going to be announced like later this week or something like that. So don't put out the clips yet. Hold off. But no, it'll be good.
I
So,
got more
yeah,
important clips to put out.
I know you do. You got like 6 months of clips. Don't lie to me.
I
So
mean,
that's
you're
what I've
not
been
wrong.
doing.
So I think we talked actually around VidSummit or before this about this, where essentially I was, I'm still using Opus Clip, using New Link, and those are 2 automation tools I spend a lot of time with. I'm hit or miss with Substack when it comes to how much I like it or not, but there's automations to it as well. So I'm looking forward to making a content automation stack post, and I think you'll get a kick out of that as well. I'm deciding whether or not I want to include Substack, and I'm also testing a couple other tools, one of which I'll share my screen here in a second talking about. You did mention it earlier, but I met a lot of tools and companies and people from the companies at VidSummit, and some of which I want to work with. And so I might as well just share my screen now, actually, now I'm thinking about it.
Do it.
Where's share screen? There it is. They keep moving all these icons. Entire screen. Second. So, first and foremost, Firecut. I've been messing around with this. I haven't got it. I just finally actually was able to get it to work. Essentially, for some reason, Python and Firecut did not want to install on my computer right. I don't really blame Firecut for this. I blame my ancient PC. I built this back in like 2017, and I don't know if you recall, but I had to send off my Chinese PC, mini PC to Hong Kong, and I haven't never got it back. And I haven't even heard back from them more than once.
Wait,
So
why did you send it back?
because the USB-C 4 ports kept jacking up and the temperatures kept jacking up, so the fans kept going full blast. Temperatures weren't as bad, but the fans were going full blast almost like 100% of the time. So
Hmm.
I that was my main PC, and now I had to go back to my old ancient one. And so like I think that's more of an issue with Windows on old hardware. But I got it to finally work now, but I need to mess with it more to actually give an opinion. But I'm working with the Firecut team a little bit more. You mentioned Fourth Wall as well. I'm actually building out a store. I have a really cool idea for that. Not quite ready to announce it yet, but maybe we could talk about it soon or maybe off the camera because I actually have a really cool idea to bridge my brands with this. And then Beacons is a tool that I came across. Oh, I didn't realize analytics will be right there on the homepage, but okay. I guess you guys will see my stuff on what is this, Threads? Oh, where is this coming from? Where are these views coming from? Huh, weird. So let me just look at the link in bio. Essentially, it is a link in bio, and I knew about it before, but after seeing Beacons a lot at VidSummit, I gave it another chance. I wasn't a big fan of Stand Store, especially if I'm going with Fourth Wall. I don't really need Stand Store, but Beacons also has multiple pages, so I could have one for each of my brands, and I think that would be interesting. And so I want to mess around with that. And then finally, another tool that we haven't talked about very much. I might have sent it to you on Twitter, but podcastpage.io. We talked about it a while back. I kept mentioning it probably last year a ton. It was one of the only platforms that had audio and then videos and blog posts all in one particular CMS, like one platform. And so let me see if I can just find a cool looking, whatever. I just want to find some screenshots, but I'm going to mess around with this a little bit more. It seems to be one of the only like all-in-one CMSs out there, and they're marketing more towards creators as a whole rather than just podcasts. And so that's one reason why I was like, let's check it out.
I like it. I like it. I like it. I'm hearing some echoing just a little bit, but that is probably because I'm talking too loud.
Well, and it's pretty close together. Normally I would keep my headphones on, but it's pretty hot. And so yeah,
I like that.
Any thoughts on the tools or anything like that?
The ones that you're using, Fourth Wall, I am connecting with the partnership person from Fourth Wall. So I'm interested to seeing what happens. But
Well,
I think
Opus Clip
it's
uses them. A couple other big YouTubers use them. I think Tube Spanner uses them. Like a whole bunch of companies. Oh, Melt Studio I think uses them. So a lot of companies are using Fourth Wall now, and it seems to be the place to be.
yeah.
More
No, it's
features, more something like
who's
that.
it? Andrew was using it.
Yeah, Andrew.
So yeah, we were talking about it. I think it's very it's very appealing. I'd love to share my screen.
Oh yeah.
Let's see if you're doing this. Well, I'm gonna do that. Hold on a second.
I'm also going to send you this link here in case you want to look at it on your computer, but I'm going to share my screen once you're done with that so we can work on the post.
Yeah. Hold on.
Mainly because I was like, I don't really use these tools as often, so I figured I'd get your opinion on them.
Cool. So this one's like build your video business, which is kind of appealing to, I would think, a lot of YouTube creators. All the TLDR is everything works off of repurposing your content to selling it. And
Mm-hmm.
so everything that starts with this starts with what video do you have? How do I want to paywall it or give access to it? Am I going to exchange it with an email address and then they get access to this? Do they then watch a video and then get a downloadable PDF? It doesn't really matter. It all starts with video first.
Yeah.
And once you have that, you can decide to do opt ins for newsletters. You can be selling videos or courses. And what's pretty interesting is they have a very concise community and lightweight CRM all
Hmm.
connected with it, all in one package. And then you just make it a flywheel. Very interesting concept. And I was
The
very
concise community
skeptical.
is interesting.
Yeah. And so, I mean, I can show you it if you want, but I would say in less than 4 hours, I got everything set up the way that very basically. So I'll show you an example. Let's view this for a second. I
And
mean,
like the courses, does it actually have a decent LMS?
well, it's not bad. It's no, I would say it's no worse than Kajabi. If people know how I feel about Kajabi,
I didn't like using Kajabi as a freaking learner. Like I just kept having issues trying to get it from point A to point B. It was so frustrating.
yeah, so if you're looking at it right here, I have a lightweight, everything that I have here for my community. The courses, you have classrooms, and then you actually have the courses there. So I have an AI freelancing foundations course here. Again, I have everything set up. I just have not added things, right? So you see the player. I
Mhm.
added this, but you can change whatever you would want. You can see all the different ones. If I want to change out, let's go into the buildings section for a second. If I want to go to courses, let's go into editor for a moment. Let's go into courses. And again, I'm doing
UI
it.
needs a little bit of work, but seems pretty new
Yeah.
still.
I'm like, yeah, I don't really see it. I'm like, look, you have lessons here.
Mhm.
You go here, you add the different sections, add sections. I'm saying for the UI, this is the thing that I say about Teachable and Kajabi. Yeah, they have more flexibility or they have more options, but usually it's weighted down that it's not built for anything else. Like, when Kajabi tried to switch it over to communities, it's not built for communities. So I think it's a trash platform for communities. This one is telling you we're not going to have all of the glitz and glamour. It's a lightweight and they know what they want to do in their lane. And
Yeah.
I'd rather have it like that versus someone, even I like Mighty quite a bit. The feedback that I've had with Mighty and when teaching people how to use Mighty, it has so many features, it is too overwhelming for people to even do one thing with it. So they're like, okay, yeah, I can do 15 things about it, but now it's so complicated. I don't even know how the methodology works with the
Mhm.
workflow. This one is you add modules, you add these things, it's super lean, and and that's it. So
Yeah.
that's what I enjoy about it. Again, over the weekend, I just built everything out to test it out and see what I like, what I don't like. I'm pleasantly surprised. Again, it still needs work, It's still very, very basic, but I also like how the flows work of
Mm,
having a link tree or having all of these things. And the whole purpose of this, I'll say this one last time, it's meant for creators or a video business to sell, to make money. And so I like it being that transparent
yeah.
versus,
Kind of
you
like
know,
Stan Store is a little bit. Like
yeah,
they're like focus on the monetization. Yeah.
yeah. And if you know me, which you do, I'm all about that money. So
But
that's
time to
that's
know
what we got
author.
right
I
here.
mean, hey,
That's too much. And I will stop there. What else are you gonna show the good people, or are we gonna work on this
let's work on
blog
this real
post?
quick. I mean, I don't necessarily need to write the whole thing with you here, but I want you to give
Yeah,
me an
what are we doing?
idea. So I talked to Nick Nimmin earlier today, and he was like, "You should separate these two." And then Spotter, I guess, is closing down shop. I had Spotter on here. Basically, I
What are we
combined.
doing? What is this? What am I looking at?
I've only sent it to you 10 times, but okay.
For the audience and
We
for
are
me who
looking. Okay,
forgot.
so for context for the audience, you're right. I should give context.
See.
On my Poly Tools directory before I dismantled it, I had about 30, 35 categories, and each one I wanted to write a blog post of the top tools for each category. I had a video tool category and the YouTube tool category, but YouTube is a little bit different. It's more about the SEO and optimizing ideation and that kind of thing. And this was a post that I was struggling with whenever I was messaging you. And I was like, wait a minute, Doc has used a lot of these tools, probably a lot more recently, if not a lot more than me. I haven't used TubeBuddy and vidIQ for years. I mean,
Yeah.
I've played with TubeBuddy a little bit, but after their whole like major controversy of the last year or so, I was like, I'm not gonna mess with them anymore. And so Nick was like, you should get rid of Spotter. Okay, cool. Separate vidIQ and TubeBuddy. I'm gonna rewrite this section.
Why do you
I
want to get rid of Spotter?
Because they're no longer around. Like they're not gonna be around.
Spotter Studio already collapsed?
I think it's collapsing from what I'm told.
Wow. That was quick. That was like a year.
Yeah, well,
Okay.
maybe they're just focusing on big people and just yeah, but for people like us, it just doesn't. They don't care. But 1 of 10, I have it number 3, but I haven't messed with it at all. And I was trying to talk to them at Vid Summit, but they were
Oh,
constantly at their booth, so I wasn't able to talk to them. Tube Spanner seems really cool, and I've used it a little bit. It's actually the only affiliate link I have on here so far. And then Creator Dashboard is something that was made by Nick Nimmin, so I added that in there too because it's pretty interesting. Like, I
cool.
haven't got it to
Yeah.
load just yet, but like this is already getting kind of pretty cool actually. So, and once it actually loads in your YouTube channel, which I messed up the APIs, that's why it's not loading. But once you load it in, it will give you a whole bunch of different stats and stuff like that. And then view stats, which I figured was pretty useful.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, I can help you with this. Which one do you want to talk about first? 1 to 10? Do you want to do
First off, let me just say, like, is the order good? Do you agree
I
with the
think
order?
this is subjective. It depends on what. So, how did you come up with the ranking? What do you feel? Why did
Let's
you do
start
it
with
that
the
way?
TubeBuddy. TubeBuddy, I figured, both of these tools are kind of ancient in this space. That's good and bad. I
Yeah.
consider them kind of like Libsyn in the podcasting hosting world, or they've just been around for such a while. TubeBuddy, I feel like, has gone through so much turmoil, if you will,
Yeah.
that they haven't been able to focus on the features, and it hasn't really grown very much. And I think they've even like kind of neutered some other features. vidIQ has focused so much on the coaching, which is great, but it kind of defeats the purpose of the tool aspect. And I never found vidIQ to be better than TubeBuddy when it came to showing the stats on the actual page itself. Whereas with like Creator Dashboard, it'll do it for me. But I figured now vidIQ has topped TubeBuddy. That's why I figured to put that there. 1 of 10, from what I've been told from you, figured it was useful. I've been using TubeSpanner a little bit. Creator Dashboard is just a bonus. And then view stats, I figured just considering all the stuff it offers, it seemed like it was
Have
probably
you
one.
used view stats? Like, how do you use it?
I haven't really touched it very much as of late.
I just the reason I just bring it up, I'm like, I see it, but I'm like, I view it's like a better polished version of Social Blade. Like
Mm,
I don't know. The only reason I bring that up is I know Mr. Beast obviously, and it has like the co-signing, but I'm like, how is that better than Social Blade? That's the only thing I'm thinking about.
mm-hmm.
The 1 of 10, so I don't disagree with your whole list. We can run through this. TubeBuddy, I feel like TubeBuddy, I'm not even sure if I would put TubeBuddy on this list anymore.
Mm,
Now I will say that it's good for like recognition and people will know it, but I mean I will just say I don't even think it's that good anymore because I mainly bought it because it had the A/B features. And that was like, they had this for years before YouTube just released it in the last few months, right? So
Mhm.
I paid for that. That was like the 37 or $32 a month plan, the high one. But all of the things that YouTube now allows you to have for free is what TubeBuddy used to charge you
I mean,
for.
the bulk changes I thought was still pretty useful, but I'm not sure if
You
these other tools
mean
do that too.
when you were using bulk changes for description and everything like that, or?
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
ironically, I still went in manually and changed like, when I removed Riverside's affiliate link from all my videos, I went in and changed
I
the
see what you're
description.
saying. So
But
I mean,
I
I
didn't
might
use
write
TubeBuddy for
that.
that, so I don't know.
Yeah, and so I mean, yeah, that's the thing. I mean, maybe that's if some people use it that way, that was great. Sentiment analysis, you don't need to pay for it anymore, and you can use it with, So I would say it's. I agree with your assessment that it's just been around this space so long. I could see it being an honorable mention. It's just so uh, they have lost their positioning because they don't advance, and everything
Mhm.
that YouTube's doing that they're offering for free, I would say 90% of the things of that is what I used to pay for TubeBuddy.
Interesting.
So you
I'm
keep
listening
changing
to
the
us.
numbers. Who are you going for? I can't. Every time I look at it, I was about to talk about something else, and you keep changing it. Stop changing it.
Well, no, because of what you're saying, it makes me realize the order was or like, that's one reason why I wanted to have you here, because the order seems more fluid now, more simple too.
Do you want me to talk about vidIQ, or are
Yeah,
you
you
good
can
with
use them
Vid?
for coaching, and I haven't touched their tool in quite some time.
Yeah, so the tool, they have a lot of AI features that kind of give you different trends and things you could consider in your niche. I will say also too, because of all the new AI components that YouTube Studio is allowing you to have now, it's also encroaching on like what you pay vidIQ for too.
Mm.
So I
Does it
think
have a clipping tool like Opus?
I don't know. I've never seen that. Maybe. I haven't seen it in the suite, but maybe they have something like that. I
Mhm.
haven't used it though. I haven't
Well,
used
speaking
it.
of which, actually, so YouTube announced something about clipping, Twitch announced something about clipping, TikTok
Mhm.
released Smart Split. So now all three of these platforms are going to have their own clipping tool built in.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's interesting. I'm looking at Spotter Studio. I've got to find out about this. This is
I mean,
hilarious.
I don't know if the news has traveled yet. Like, when you talk to other creators, it can generally be a little bit faster than sometimes than like, I don't know.
The whole homepage is totally different. A lot of things have changed with it.
People kept correcting me at Vid Summit when I said Spotter Studio. They kept saying Spotter, 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 and I'm like, okay,
Who's correcting you?
I don't remember. It was a few different people, but like, yeah.
No, I mean, yeah, whatever. It's fine. I don't even see the pricing on this thing now. Super interesting to me. That's not a great sign. When I see no pricing, that's either two things. Number one, they're trying to go more enterprise and they have like packages that they don't want you to look at,
Hmm.
or something is drastically changing so fast that they can't have their pricing on the page anymore. Both red flags. So, yeah. So I would say that those would be the only thing. vidIQ again, I think they have different packages. The coaching for me, I didn't find that useful. I think if it's someone that needs accountability or has no idea how to use YouTube, you could do it like for the very beginner style. Maybe they don't want to pay for what is that called? Um the thing that
Oh,
Daryl Eves does. Channel Jumpstart.
Jumpstart, yeah.
This would be like a light version of it,
Hmm.
but
Also,
I
King
just
Media has
yeah,
some of their own versions of that too.
yeah. So I'll leave it there.
I forgot to mention the explanation of this though. Like, I had all these different categories, and I wanted to get the top tools, and so I was working on this yesterday, where I had like 11 different posts that I scheduled out, and this is one of the ones I got stuck on. So I just wanted to make sure I mentioned the explanation factor of it.
And what do you know? What's the purpose of this one? Is it to get traffic to like for affiliate links? What do you want them to? At the end of this, are they going to get services from you? What do you want the call to action to be after you're doing this countdown?
Find the right tool for you. That's all I care about with these posts. I want to make sure the creator can find the right tool for you. Maybe they like TubeBuddy, and so the link is here in case they do. I'm not going to delete this part, but more than likely, TubeSpanner will basically take the place of TubeBuddy in the case of most people use cases, or creator dashboard. Like some people are using TubeBuddy or vidIQ for the simplest of purposes, such as like SEO, and a lot of these other tools will also kind of replace that need. And so
I'm
depending
trying
on,
to get you paid. Are you,
and
can
then
you add something?
then well, I mean, affiliate links is a big deal, but not so much on this post. Some of my other posts I have more affiliate links on.
Are you offering coaching?
I do offer coaching for content creators, yeah,
Why don't you put this on this page at the bottom?
because I already have links to my database.
And you can't add another link for you to get paid and for them to have an opportunity to work with you? Is that unreasonable?
I don't know. Maybe it is. Maybe it isn't. I'll probably not.
I don't
I'll think
understand why
about it.
you wouldn't. Why not? Give me 3 reasons why you can't have it for you.
I don't want it to be too salesy of a post. I'm not generally too salesy, but and it's already having affiliate links, and on top of that, sharing other tools. But it doesn't necessarily matter in the end, as long as people will ignore the link if they don't care about it.
And you're giving all this great value. How many videos do you have on YouTube that are free? Don't undersell you. My goodness, you're doing all this stuff. I need you to get paid more.
Well, I'm making a lot of these posts more for traffic, anyways, and having some affiliate income from that. But yeah,
I love it. Well, great job, man. I think it was a great list. I did not get to talk about 1 of 10, and you did not prompt me, but I'm going to talk about it anyway.
let's do it.
1 of 10 is basically, I would say,
You were so
if
salty.
you're trying to think about what could work for your niche, and you're trying to look at what has been successful for other content creators that are similar, they have a feature 1 of 10 where it allows you to compare how many X, so 4X, 5X, 31X of their normal views is popping off. And this really helps you to identify if you have a channel that's under 30,000 and they're having like 38X the traffic, or it's working. That's where you can look at what they've done and then how can you emulate that and really change it for yourself. That's something that I would look at. What is this list for? What is it? Top 5 YouTube tools. I would also add creator hooks as well. I think that's, yeah, they have a newsletter that's free, but then they also have a tool that helps you with your title hooks and everything like that. I would add it. That's just me.
Want to make sure I shout you out in this post. Like, where should I send them? I'll do a little call out.
Oh my goodness. I was not prepared for this.
I mean, I did mention that I'm
I
going to
don't
like,
know.
yeah.
What do you want to send my YouTube channel? Do you
Yeah,
want
let's do that. Let's do YouTube channel. Shout out.
my new, what do you call it? My new website is coming out soon.
Gonna finally syndicate everything, boy.
Yeah, it's taking long enough.
Oh, what are you doing with Brand Factory still? I always ask you this.
Yeah, so Brand Factory is basically going to be the hub of all the other brands. So it will be Brand Factory Presents whatever. So it's going to be Brand Factory Presents Launch Labs. So we're doing a brand new landing page. So the guy, if you've heard of like Jay Klaus and like a couple of them, it's their designer. He's redoing our whole newsletter and landing page for the new community and consulting services.
Interesting.
So to be continued. That should be done at the end of November. But yeah, Brand Factory, it just has so many years longevity. We just gotta connect everything to it.
I mean, that's how I found you originally.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Gary V's Model 2.0 or whatever.
Oh yeah.
That's what I interviewed you on the Polycast.
So we're bringing it back. We have all of that. It's been a long time
Gary
coming.
V
So
Model 10.0.
I'm not doing that. I might do it. Well, that's pretty.
That's
funny.
not actually a bad idea. It's like 10x kind of thing.
That actually not a bad idea. I said no, but I was like,
Just like make a blog post. It doesn't actually have to be like a fancy thing, but
I like it. Yeah, so we're doing that, and then again, we have Launch Labs, and then we're having something called Hire 8X, where basically it's companies that are looking for like humans plus AI to work, to be in their workforce. So they have all of these companies that need help with it. Launch Labs, I know a lot of no coders, vibe coders throughout the last 5 years with the channel. And so it's giving them a methodology and a way of how can you present yourself as the best freelancer in integrating AI into a business. that's what happens in the community, and then I can promote them or suggest who they should work with at higher 8x. So almost like a curated Upwork or something like that. So that's what
I
we
feel
got.
like there hasn't really been an AI, let's say, innovated, an AI innovated Upwork or Fiverr at this point. Like an actual platform like Fiverr that is controlled by AI. I'm surprised Fiverr hasn't done it yet, even themselves too, but still.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's very interesting what's happening here. Let
By
me
the
do
way,
this.
just mentioning this because I've been dealing with this, but you might get a kick out of it. Meld Studios stopped working on me.
What?
Yeah, it just like randomly stopped working. I don't know, like they keep blaming the Windows update, but I updated Windows today and it's still not working. And they had me like mess with like some command prompt to get rid of app installer and try to reinstall it, and then it kind of messed up my app installer, so I couldn't actually even install Meld again once I tried to do their workaround. And they're trying hard, so I'm not like mad at them about it, but it's like I tried to record a video and Meld just wouldn't open up. Meanwhile, like OBS has no problem opening up.
What is going on with Mel? Is Mel, do they have a pro version of anything that they're doing? Is it still
Not
totally
yet,
free?
but I think
What's
they're still working towards that like video editor kind of pro or something like that.
so that's the route that they're gonna go with it, huh?
I think so. They
Yeah,
finally
yeah,
opened up a merch
yeah.
store, although it's kind of bare. I'm surprised they're not really generating that much income. Like, I mean, from what I
Are
understand, they
you?
haven't told me anything, but
I mean,
they must
Mel
be getting like
Studio
funded or something like that.
for sure, for sure.
Opus has a lot of. I can't like say much, but Opus has a lot of cool stuff coming out. What I can say is that they have Agent Opus and
Okay,
Opus co-producer. So Agent Opus is a text to video generator, and it's pretty cool, and it's getting more and more powerful. And I would argue that if they were to achieve what they're trying to achieve, it would be the best one on the market, like better than Video, better than like Lumen, and they're using HeyGen too, I think, in there. So like overall, it could be like a really powerful thing. I already created a animation. It was actually on an earlier version, so I'm surprised how good it was. It's probably gonna be even better if I were to redo it. But I wanted to do a comparison of the generalist versus specialist over the decades. And if someone were to choose a specialist path or generalist path, what would their life look like? And it came up with a pretty cool concept video. Like it actually came up with the assets or found the assets and put it together, added the text, added music, stuff like that.
that's interesting. That's interesting. We gotta just talk about this real quick.
What are
I
you
do
bringing up
not.
for?
I no, I do not understand how Stranger Things is still on, and now Millie Bob Brown, which sounds like a fake name, has filed harassment papers against one of the co-stars. It's already over. I do not understand all of this stuff. I do not. I'm on Twitter. Everything's just blowing up in my face as I'm just trying to
Yeah, because
find
Twitter's a
AI
cesspool.
tools. I'm like, get out of here. You're on Twitter too.
Barely, barely. I heard a couple people's things and then I get off because it's just crap.
It's
Substack
it's
notes and threads, dude. Threads is a vibe. Everyone on Threads is like just happy as can be, sharing like cool stories and anecdotes, and like it's hilarious. Threads is like such an opposite to Twitter.
that is very funny. Maybe I should be on Threads. I don't go there very
How is your
often.
podcast going? I haven't seen any updates with that.
Well, isn't that nice to bring up? Isn't that really nice? It's going bad. No,
Okay, okay.
no. This is the thing. You know me. I always look at just time and energy. I'm like, okay, I think in this next month, now that we've locked down sponsors, now we can focus on the podcast moving forward. I think using the trends report as a talking point or being able to have that as the basis or foundation for the first set of interviews and talking about in the next month is going to be really helpful.
What about
And
your
I
old
need you to
interviews? Have you got those done?
no, I haven't done any of those things. Haven't done any of those things because I will explain it in February what's going on. But I am like, nope, I am focused on these things. I do want to do it. I am
Hit me up on
focused.
Valentine's Day.
I will. I will.
Oh, I rode the subway for the first time, by the way. Sorry, completely off the track, off the rails,
Uh,
but
how'd it go? How'd you feel?
it got delayed a couple times and I missed my flight.
Well, it sounds like the train. It is like you've experienced everything with the train now.
And I thought I left early enough. It was a couple hours prior, but between traffic, driving, and then the delays on the train, I got to the airport and I like as soon as those doors opened, I booked it all the way to TSA. I was running with a heavy travel backpack on me. That's one reason why you do backpacks instead of suitcases though, because you could just book it. And I haven't run that fast. I was like, I need to do more cardio. Like, holy crap, my heart rate. And then I get to TSA and it's like 15 minutes before my plane leaves. And I'm like, well, crap, I'm still going to go through. And halfway through TSA, my plane is already gone. So I get through, and luckily they were able to give me another later flight, like an hour later. And I just had some breakfast and was able to kind of just rest it off. But that's the first time I've ever missed a flight.
Mm.
Thank you, Chicago O'Hare.
Oh, there you go. Um,
Did I ever show you this?
what's this?
This is what I got the Eufy make person to make for me
Ooh,
of a
I like
Vitruvian
that.
man. It's like you can feel the muscles and the lines. It's really cool.
I like it. I like it. Good stuff. What are we talking about next week or the next time I see you in 3 months?
3 months. Well, I would like to think about events. I wanna try to make it to CES, dude. I am not big enough, but someone told me there's kind of like a workaround, and maybe I could find a way to do it. At the very least, I hear good things about social media marketing world. I don't wanna wait all the way until NAB for my next event. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind going back up to Chicago. I wouldn't mind going out to LA. I got a lot of people I wanna see in both places, and I'm not making a whole lot
It's
of money right now, so obviously I need to pay for bills first, but I wouldn't mind trying to take another trip here soon. Get out of the cold weather.
no, it's CEX, right?
No, CE
Oh,
CEX is cool, but I want CES. I want technology.
where is this?
The
Where is it
biggest
going to be?
conference there is, sir. The biggest conference.
Okay, let's see. So it's going to be in Vegas in January?
Yeah, it's like the first week of January.
Man, January.
I actually was kind of wanting
Hmm.
to go to TwitchCon. I kind of wish I did, but I was saving up for Chicago.
Yeah, I heard some mixed messages about
Did you hear about
TwitchCon.
Imru?
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
that's what I was like.
Well, Valkyrie, Pokimane, Cutie, they all said that they don't feel safe at TwitchCon, but Emeru didn't want her show canceled, so Twitch kind of forced her to have a meet and greet and show up, and that's what happened. And then Twitch victim blamed it on Emeru when it was their fault, and so there was a lot of crap going on.
Well, I saw that, and then I saw everything with what was going on with, I guess her ex Ms. That was it's just
Yeah,
Ms.
Miss Kid
Yeah,
doing some weird stuff too.
yeah. So it's just I'm like, man, it's been a month for streamers, just terrible things. After Kai stopped streaming, and then it just all fell apart.
Yeah.
Yeah, man,
There was also some other cool stuff going on though, like happy stuff. I don't remember what it was, so I wanted to
happy
leave this
stuff.
episode on trying to leave this episode on a good note, but I can't remember.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so what are we doing? Next 2 weeks, next week, I'm going to Austin, Texas for
Leave it
a
with you.
Mighty Networks event. See what I can do. For a Mighty Networks event. So we're doing that. Then I'm going to New York for a automation conference. It's called like a pocket conference. So it's like a mini
Oh,
conference. So
oh.
that's going to be with Make and a few other players.
To you, New York, New York. Did you ever talk to that N8N guy again?
You know, that's a great question. Maybe I should do that right now. I totally forgot. He hit
The
me
other
up
post I was
on
gonna have you help
LinkedIn.
me with was the automation category post, but I think that
Yeah,
I got that one done.
of course you would.
Yeah.
Did
Well,
you
then when
hype
I
me up?
I at least knew the tools, I was just wanting to see what your opinion was on it. But the
Yeah.
YouTube one, I legitimately needed your help. Like you helped me reorder it just from what you were saying already too.
I do what I can. But no, you got everything on lock for automation.
Well, when it
I
comes
don't
to
have any
these
problem.
posts, I only have like 15 more to go. And if I can just get them done, then there's no continuation of them. I'm not going to keep doing it down the line unless there's like a new category or something like that. And so once I get them done, this project will be done. And I've been sitting on it all year. You know what I mean? Like when I was
Yeah.
doing Content Blitz earlier this year, this was one of the sprints that I wanted to work on. And I think I did some work towards it, but I mainly focused on the Polymathy one instead. And I still got to
Mm.
do that one too. And that one actually has about like 40 posts to make, which is a little bit more. But both the PolyTools one and the Polymathy one, both sprints basically have a formulaic approach. I just have to go in and basically do the work. That's all it is. It's already basically set up. Thumbnails, outlines, stuff like that.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I am looking for the N8N guy. Do you know the guy's name? I forgot.
I'll open up Huva.
Oh, see? Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
that's
someone couldn't get their Hoover after work.
that that wasn't me. That wasn't me. And you know it's so sad? I didn't even know I had the VIP band the entire time.
This wasn't Liam. Oh, it wasn't Liam. Is it Dylan? Yeah, it was Dylan Watkins.
How do you spell which Dylan?
Dyla.
Got it.
So, and he was really cool actually. And
Yeah, I like that guy.
I need to reach out to him myself actually too. But it's interesting to think about like N8N being so powerful. I think why don't I just bring up the automation post while we're at it too? I already scheduled it, but I'm curious to see what you think. Share screen. People are like, what are they doing?
It's multitasking. And see.
All right.
See what we got here.
You on screen or are you looking at your thing?
I'm looking at yours.
So I bring up a couple cool tools like Deliver It. I really like Nelio Content, but it was only a WordPress plugin. And then
Interesting.
CoSchedule was like what Nelio Content copied, but CoSchedule was like super expensive. And then I actually, so to put it in perspective, Zapier is not even on the list.
Yeah, makes sense.
Okay, I'm glad you agree. I do mention it here, but it's not even on the list.
I mean, it's notable, but it's not. It's legacy at this point. There's so many things getting in front of, like, they're just. It's a huge ship that they can't move anymore. Unfortunately.
I do like this picture in the background here.
Ooh, I do like that.
So the first one is Social Boo or IFTT. I kind of had a habit of like combining some layers. And this is like a social media management app. It was what I was looking at before the tool I use now. And then I actually used IFTTT quite a bit back in the day. And I was basically using it for, okay, a new video would go out to Twitter and Facebook. Cool. It's automatically going out. I don't know if you remember this, but a while back I showed you my like automations. This was ages ago. But essentially I had like 4 different tools for 6 different automations for like my YouTube channels, my podcast, my blog posts. So I had to have multiple tools, maximizing the free plans as much as I could. I had like a complex little like Notion page trying to keep track of which automations did which. Now I just have one tool that does it all. So that's great. And then Active Pieces, I was like, I don't have a big opinion on it, but I know that they have some cool agentic kind of stuff going on. Then there's Automatisk, which is like the open source Zapier. Cool. Again, these are kind of short, but the longer ones are after this. Then repurpose.io at number 4.
Okay. I'm good with it.
Okay. I kind of consider repurpose as more of an automation syndication tool rather than a repurposing tool. And I told Handy that at VidSummit, and they were kind of like, what?
I think it's just how you look at it.
Yeah.
Like I can see it being used. It's yeah. I can see both views of it.
Yeah.
I don't care. Yeah, it's fine.
Then I got Make, which, tends to be better off for a lot of people than Zapier.
For sure.
I didn't really use it since Integromat days, though.
No, it's good, and it's a lot. I mean, especially with their new agents and everything like that. They're making a huge strides. So make it, and their webhooks are probably the easiest in the business to use.
Yeah.
So I like it. Cool.
And then Newlink, which actually was the top tool on my list before I changed it around. But Newlink is what I mainly use automation for social media and content creation and content repurposing. And so that's why I put that here, especially since it's my main one. But this is an automations post, not necessarily social media management post. So I have it at second because both of these tools are kind of equal in value in my view. But I know that for people looking at this post, it's more valuable for them to use N8N compared to like Make or Zapier.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that. Makes sense. And you got the I cannot believe N8N used to be the redheaded stepchild for so many years. And to see it just pop off in the last year, it's pretty I like, good for them. But really, no one really cared about it until they came out with it was just so ahead of its time of how to use agents, and it was the right timing that they could move so much quicker, and the open source nature of it has lent the community to get so much bigger and other coders to do what they want with it. I think one of the best, like, I would say, like, I don't know, it's what's the secret sauce is them going open source, I think, because the community can do so much, you can build so much versus Zapier and Make are so controlled environment, you can't build upon it. And Yeah, it's just killed it. It's so great to see what they've been able to do. And now everyone has to catch up. So these companies that spent so much, or they were, if anyone looks at the Zapier plan or what it used to be 3 years ago, it used to be so limited because they own the market. They felt like they were the biggest player in space. And then Make dropped their numbers and they're like, oh crap, we're losing to Make. And then End's like, yeah, watch this. And now it's just
Oh,
taken.
oh my gosh.
I mean, even look at the numbers. Look at the Google search numbers. Even people that have no idea what automation is or like what they're going to do it, they're paying for N8N because they're like, we know we have to do something with it. And I still think the logic of Make is actually better than N8N, but the visual aspect, it's just
Mhm.
good for N8N. That's all I gotta say. Good for N8N.
I'm glad you agree with the list too. Like, I I just think that's helpful that someone who is in the automation space finds that the list is adequate for the order of operations there.
No, yeah, I think it's great, and look, it makes sense what you said and what it has to do. In your use case, I think this is a subjective list, but every top 5 or top 10, you have to have a leaning why you suggest one platform or the other.
Mhm.
Looking at pure features, you're never going to have a consensus of like the top 10 for sure list because everyone's use cases for automation is totally different. So
Mhm.
I love your list. I like both lists a lot.
That's great, and I hope that you are able to take a peek at some of the other ones coming out every week.
Good
You might already
times.
be subscribed, actually, now that I think about it. It's interesting because I finally got back around to looking at Beehive, which I still don't like them, but I did sign
Mm.
up for the affiliate link because if I'm gonna be sharing Beehive links, I might as well have the affiliate.
For
Um
sure.
'Cause I know that some people would like their automations and stuff like that, but, like, the email marketing posts, I include Substack and Beehive. They're on the same level, but some people use those tools solely for their email, and not they don't even touch Mailchimp. Mailchimp is kinda like the Zapier, where it's just ancient at this point, and, yeah, so I don't even know if I included Mailchimp on the list or just had it right above it, but either way, like, yeah.
Yeah. No. All
Anything
good
else
stuff.
to talk about before we go?
No, I think I cannot believe it's November. This
Yeah.
year has gone incredibly fast. I think we've been able to do a lot of great things. I look forward to the last 2 months of the year. And I really think focusing on the goals for next year and building out where we want to go in 2026,
Yeah.
all good things will be happening. So looking forward to, a couple new shows or a couple more podcasts and planning for next year.
I still feel like it was yesterday when we were doing Q1 talks about the 12-week year or something like that, and I was talking about the blitz, like, literally felt like yesterday. And also, I've been getting jacked.
Here
Hey.
we go. See what
No,
happens?
I curled 50 pounds for 20 reps the other day. It was great.
See? No, your fitness is going through the roof. By the way, I will say this, shout out to you for
Mm,
12-week year. I really credit that as one of the biggest, I would say, catalysts for all the changes this year because I do 12-week year check-ins on myself every single week.
mm.
And that has been a huge, huge thing. And I tell other people to do them too. So shout out to you for that. That's a great book, great format. So I really appreciate that, man.
It's kind of a good use case for the weekly notes and Obsidian, for example, too. Like, just kinda yeah. Alright, cheers.
Good
Bye.
stuff.